Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen and it's a day. What more do you want? Yes, welcome along to Thursday's edition of me going through some news on the youtube.coms. Hello. Look, before we even get into the chat, I suppose we have to deal with the main news story today. Look, it's not the result we wanted. It's sadly, there's heartbreak across the nation. So many years of hurt, so many years out in the wilderness. But we thought the times were changing. Success was visible. You started to hope. Sure, there was a bit of a shaky start, but people started to believe this could be our time. But sadly, it wasn't meant to be. When this happened.
Goodbye.
Wrong clip. Wrong. Not this audience will not like. Not that. Hi. Was there some football on it? We'll get into that on the front pages, I guess. You can get stuck in with the chat as well. youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen if you'd like to get this up here. Let's get intimate ASMR. Let's see who's in the chat. You can take place if you're watching this live. Yeah, you can try and join in if you're not watching it live. Good luck to you. Straight out the traps, Kermit was the worst. Squirrel says, identify your last port of call, Space Wanderer. Fair enough. Well, look, drugs aren't for everyone. The Joodles is here. Morning. Squirrels, Kermit. Charlotte's here. Afternoon, squad. I have a very sore throat this morning from last night. And Kermit says, we won't ask. The tone has been set. The tone has been set. Thank you, you two. That it's a new personal best. It's a new personal best. Yes, indeed. It's not been a good season so far. Kermit says, Steve looks like he has degenerative disease in that thumbnail. Hang on. Oh, no, fair enough. You're right. This is maybe why I shouldn't lose weight. Because if that's what I end up looking like, something's not right there, is it? It's a spine thing going on? I don't know, it's something. I'll stay chubby. Squirrel says, hi, Charlotte. Know what you mean. I sound like Phil Collins circa 1984. I often sound like Phil Collins from a couple of years ago. Falling downstairs. We're up to date. You're up to date. If you'd like to get involved in the chat, you can do. Leave comments if you're not watching. I know most people don't watch this live, so I do apologise. But it's your own, bear with, kin fault. So, let's start off today with the front pages. We all know what it's going to be about. Here we go. Front pages. England's heartbreak. England's heartbreak. 3 Lions concede 2 late goals against Argentina to exit World Cup despite Anthony Gordon opener. I'm not sure what he did. I'm not sure what an opener is. Are you allowed to do that on the pitch? I don't follow it myself. Apparently, look, I know early doors, we were the first ones to score, and I'll tell you why I knew this. Last night I was working late, and when I am fortuitous enough to get a little nap, I put the kids to bed, get them all bathed and whatever, put them to bed, and then I get to go and have a little sleep. And then I woke up in time to get ready to go on the old telly, and I heard a house near me go, "Way!" And I thought, we've scored a goal. Because I do not live near any Argentinians. And I'm not sure if it's good to have that thought. I don't know anymore. Is it okay? Is it acceptable? And I thought, there aren't any Argentinians living around this area. What? I didn't think good. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. So I thought, well done, we've done a thing. And then I drove in and I heard we Well, the problem is we went too defensive too early, didn't we? We tried to lock down for the whole remainder of the game. There was 70 minutes. Of course, I don't know if there was 70 minutes. I heard someone say a thing. So we lost. You're up to date. Front page of the Daily Mail. England 1, Argentina 2. Night our dream finally died. Cheer up. Are you okay? You okay, hun? So we lost some football. I get it. It's sad. Oh, it's terrible. But Daily Mail, are you all right? Because you've seemed a bit emotional recently, and now this. Do you need some help? Agony across the country as Harry Kane's Lions dumped out by you-know-who. Voldemort. Oh, no, Argentina. Oh, you've written it at the top. There's no point trying to keep it a secret now. I don't understand a lot that's going on with this. Also, why is he taping up his wedding ring like he's not married? Chicks ain't gonna fall for that, you fool. Front page of The Express. Agony as our wait goes on. The worst way to phrase it on The Express. Well, you know from our previous analysis, the average age of people reading The Express is recently deceased. So don't, like all the other newspapers could say, oh, it's just another 4-year wait. They ain't gonna see that. Don't mention that to the statin lovers. And then front page of even the Times. They're having a little hug. Hey? He had a little hug. Things got messy. I don't know if that's a joke. It seems like it's a joke. Got some comments coming through on this one. Sorry, I remember the coffee as well. It's a delightful day. Proper Meme says, what's up, white people? Do you know where I live then? Good afternoon, Steve, says Seb. I want to say you're a likeable and kind man. Love your podcast. Thank you. And the podcast, the audio podcast, more on that story later. But more people are listening now. It's at a boost. Presumptuous, says Kermit. My right arm has a lovely tan. Are you a vet? What's that mean? Are you a left-handed vet? That's a euphemism, isn't it? He's a bit of a left-handed vet. You want to watch him? Bit of a left-handed vet, that one. Is that why he tapes his ring up? Because he doesn't want to lose it inside. What? Why? Look, I'm all for superstitious rituals before the game, but Harry Kane puts his arm up an animal? Oh. Proper memes. Usually it's morning when the dreams die. Good point. Too cool? Or treacle? I think we should quit playing while we're ahead. I suppose that's what he did, yeah. That's it. From the car window, obviously. Fair. Look, well, you say obviously, but I've not met you in person, but we've interacted, we've chatted, we've done the chit-chat, the back and forth. And I'm starting to know you a little bit well, and I still would have put my money on hand up a cow's bum rather than a car window. Isn't that weird? ASMR. So, where were we? The Times. Final minutes. Burnham keeps wealth tax in play. So I talked about this last night, but not for long. Didn't get much time to talk about it. But I still think this is worth hammering home. Andy Burnham keeps reframing it like, don't worry, we will find a way to raise tax that won't breach the manifesto pledges. Don't worry. And that's not our worry, is it? The manifesto pledges were very much trying to make it seem like we ain't going to raise taxes. And then they raise taxes by going, I didn't mention that one out. Got ya! Yee. And we're not going to be like, oh, that's fair. Yeah, fair, good darts, or whatever sports people say. The fact that he's now trying to make it look like, look, we're going to come for you for some more tax, but don't worry, we won't technically be breaching. We will find a way around it. We'll find a loophole. We will come for more tax, but it's all legal. Who are you, my accountant? We don't want fiddling. What we want is not as much tax. Have you thought of that one? Plus, last night I got into some curve talk, so go back and watch the clip. I will try and retweet that one because I think I actually made it darn sense for once. England's World Cup dream. Don't dream it's over. Hey now. Girls just want to have fun. He had a messy ending. I don't know is that messy? I think that's about football as well. Here you are, same story. Ready to ask for a little bit more from taxpayers, says Burnham. No thanks. I mean, as long as he's only asking. Would you like to pay some more? Nah. Cheers, though. Thanks for asking. Thanks, Andy. There's this story. We didn't cover this last night. Someone's been arrested. I don't know I can talk about it on the internet, but Bit dark for what we go on about. Thames boss, my £1 million salary is well deserved. Oh no, fair play, because for a while there, whilst I was not allowed to use my hose pipe in my own garden, whilst I can't go wild swimming, I was never going to go wild swimming. I was never going to use my hose pipe in my garden, but that's not the principle of the point, is it? I can't go wild swimming with my mouth open in case I accidentally dredge a turd. But the boss of Thames Water has defended a pay rise of nearly £1 million, saying he deserved it. Oh, no, good luck for you. No. The company's annual report shows that Charles Weston has received 2 pay rises since joining his firm. Oh, that's a bit more than I've received. To be fair, though, I've not been pooing in as many rivers. I've tried to keep up, but he's got a system. He's got infrastructure. And then from on over this side. I don't think we can talk about this one, but we could just draw your attention to the headline. An MP accused of groping 2 women says, "I'm huggy." Now, I'm sure the chat will be doing some sort of... Which one was Huggy Bear in? That's not the Dukes of Hazzard, is it? I'm very much getting confused about who wears shorts. Huggy Bear was in the Professional? No, the other one. Persuaded, not the Persuaders. Anyway, Huggy Bear. The Starsky and Hutch. You're up to date. Is that it? I think we've done the front pages. So let's get further into the newspapers. Let's get inside the news. Ding, 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 ding. Hello. Colin's ready for the... Look at Colin. He's up for it. He's up for it today. He's leaning back. He's a little bit tired after last night. He's wearing a red hat. You can't tell that that's red. And, come on, England. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Who hasn't already seen enough entertainment to want to like and subscribe right now? Thank you. Hang on. Proper Meme says, an overly friendly, hairy gay man equals Huggy Bear. We'll get one in. You know, if the budget of this show, if you keep giving at kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, there's no reason why we can't hire one. Apparently, you can get Ukrainian rent boys to set fight till he resigns. So, with enough money, we can do things. The water boss has a cheek. I'd love him to say that to someone's face. He's probably got 2 cheeks, and he's doing a poo out of them into a Huggy Bear naked. What? And that's what you do when you drive, Kermit. How have you only got a tan on one arm then? All of these questions and more will be answered as we go through today's show. But we should start off with... Let's move some stuff around. A lot of news to get through, but thankfully nothing else to do today. It's your own time you're wasting. We can start with... Well, there are a couple of other bits from the news while we do our soccer news.
World Cup 2026. Soccer? I hardly knew her.
Final time of having to do all this guff. There's this story. So after they won, they took to the pitch with that sign, Laf, which is easy for them to say. Argentinian players provoked fury when they celebrated their last GAPS win by dancing around with a banner claiming the Falkland Islands belong to them. I mean, it's not binding. Don't worry. It's all right. Just because they wrote it, and they didn't even write it well. As I said last night, that looks more like the kind of sign that you hang over a bridge saying, happy birthday, Tracy, you're 17. It is where I live anyway. Although I obviously wouldn't say anything about Argentina. I don't live near any Argentinians. But they put that sign up and people are upset. Feel free to just ignore what people write on sheets. If someone leaves a massive mark on a sheet, you don't have to pay attention to them. You do have to sue them before she goes off and stars in Aquaman. You're up to date. Don't worry. Just because we lost this football game, we will not be handing back British sovereign territory to... It's not even handing back. We won't even be handing away British sovereign territory to another nation. Do you know why?
Goodbye.
That's when we needed that clip. Is it that hard? Do you need to write it down in a bigger font? I've got a sheet if you want to... So, there's that. Also, just to wrap up what we've been covering, the way that the newspapers have been taking pictures of sport-adjacent women in bikinis for no good reason other than I'll take a picture of you in your bikini, please. Now, this actually isn't from today's papers. I saw this the other day and forgot to talk about it. But this is a picture of Avana Knoll. Avana Knoll. I think I've visited there. It's a small hill, isn't it? Shows her support for Norway. And I just wanted to look at her outfit because, look at this bit. It's not even the top bit. Why is she dressed like Kermit, ready to put her arm up someone? Something, some animal. So she's doing it before a game. Is it these World Cup people cramming their arms? I feel sorry for the cows. Put that one to one side. So I think that's all the football news. I think we're all up to date. While we're doing the politics news at the start of the show, most Brits back more drilling in the North Sea. 58%, just over the edge, but better than a Brexit. Brits overwhelmingly back drilling in the North Sea instead of relying on overseas gas imports. And this... hang on, you didn't even know I just covered my face. This is what I've been talking about on the telly. In fact, do you know what? I've been talking about on the telly how even if you like green issues, it is not eco-friendly to import the gas and oil from elsewhere. If you spend all of your time pillicking around about having locally sourced eggs, do you not think you're undoing all of your good work, having your food miles minimised, but your oil miles maximised? You pillock. And it turns out people have listened. I said it on the telly, and now most Brits agree with me. Is that because of my persuasive argument? Of course not. Why did you ask it as a question? If you just left that as a statement, I would have looked good. God damn it. Some guy, says Kermit, parked outside my house, so his car is mine now, as it's closer to my house than his. Lathmathapavath. Why don't you make a sign on a sheet with a marker pen or Pepto-Bismol? I'm not quite sure how they made that, because I don't know if you've Pepto-Bismol'd recently. It does turn it dark, doesn't it? That's a Croatian arm. Is that? I don't know. It looks like it could be French because it's right next to breast. Social media. Socials banned for youths. Youths, if you're watching, subscribe now before you're never allowed to see this. Social media curfew for youngsters is to be brought into force by the government. All right. But plans, and you might have heard this in my audio-only podcast of yesterday, plans unveiled means 16 and 17-year-olds are blocked from binging on the sites between midnight and 6 a.m. Got 'em. Apart from you can opt out of it by changing the settings. But other than that, this is watertight, foolproof, apart from the fact that you can just opt out of it. And you could also just change the time zone on your phone, because it's before 12 o'clock somewhere. It's the opposite of what people say when they want a drink. While we're talking about drinks, someone said like having this ban that you can just opt out of it's like offering alcohol to a 16-year-old. But I can't remember what they phrased. But for me, the metaphor was more like it's like handing them some vodka and putting a lid on it and going like, leave the lid on if you want. And that's you've solved the problem. There's no point having an opt-out curfew, because effectively we have, at the moment, the status quo is an opt-in curfew, because you could just not use your phone after 12, which is effectively opting in. But well done. No, you really are making some good efforts. Proper Memes says, we need Drilliband instead of Milliband. That's, yeah. That's the satire we're here for. Instead of him playing the ukulele, you could do drill music. I might know it. You know what? We can workshop this. And Proper Memes also says, there's an arm. I know it's well camouflaged if you're playing like a really angry version of chess, but no, there's definitely an arm there. I don't know why I keep bringing that back. I've been on the vitamins. I'm not quite sure. Last time I buy vitamins from Temu. Hi. There's a Croat. That's a Croatian Artemis Doodles. Did I forget to attribute that to Doodles? I do apologise. I've been on the vitamins. £750 fine. It's not fine if you drop crisp bag. Dropping litter, such as crisp packets, could see people fined up to £750. Oh, God. Because, and why do they pick Monster Munch? Of all the bags to be angry about. If I walk past a salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, I'm annoyed at the littering. I walk past a Monster Munch. Oh, what a little jog down memory lane that is. I remember. Do you remember Monster Munch? It's like doing a phone-in on commercial radio. Anyway, so if you drop crisp bags, £750. It's really annoying because I've been trying to write a book to come out later this year, and one of the chapters is about all of the flipping times people have been fined 150 quid for coughing, 150 quid for spilling some coffee. Some bloke was walking down the street, he had a leaf blow in his mouth, and he went and got fined for littering. Whee! I punched the microphone. I'm angry. I think it's the vitamins. Chris Hood's here, morning. And now it's even, because all of those, I was trying to tally up all of the ridiculous fines and how much money people are making by fining us, normal people. I say normal. I've read the chat. Fining people like us for just not doing anything wrong. But now they can up it to £750. You know, Andy Burnham says we'll find a way to get more money. Don't worry, we will fleece you for the $5 billion we need, but not through the obvious ones you'll notice. This is it. Should we read on so we actually know? Ministers launch a war on rubbish-strewn streets. Good luck, Birmingham. The maximum penalty is being increased by 50%, while fly tippers will be clobbered with fines of up to £5,000, 5 times the current limit. I mean, that one I don't mind so much, because you're definitely a wrong one if you've fly tipped. But if you've spat out a leaf that's gone in your mouth, because for me, that's not littering, yet the guy was fined for littering. So now the message is, if you're walking down the street, something blows in your mouth, you can't go, so that's 750 quid. Instead, they're making us swallow rather than spit. Is the metaphor enough for you yet? Oh, I got an email. You're up to date. I'm keeping that one. No, I'm writing that in the book. That's going to get included in the book. Meanwhile, in the world of entertainment news, Greg Wallace. Shamed grocer's video windfall. Smug Greg Wallace, bit harsh, but smug Greg Wallace has boasted he's rolling in the money after selling video messages to fans. Now, this winds me right. Okay, right. So he was on what's he ever done? He was on MasterChef. He apparently put a sock on his penis and got complaints from his co-workers. And then he makes videos online. I mean, I know I've never been on MasterChef, but just an ankle sock as well. So, what's going on in the chat? Proper Meme says, still don't see the arm. And Chris Hood, well, I've done that one. You're up to date. Before we crack on too much, I should just give you this. Hello, Colin here. That big fella over there wants me to ask you if you could donate some money at Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. I don't know, though. From what I've seen, he just spends it on loose cars and fast women, which explains why he never catches any. Ha! What did you just say? Did you hear him? Where were we? Right, into the next story. Get out of my way. Up next. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this is not really a story that anyone needs, but we're all playing for time, is the stupid headline. 1 in 3 adults own a vintage music player. And that's a weird phrase. I was thinking, did it just mean, look at the picture. You mean like a record player? We know what a record player is, and it's because they also include cassettes, I guess. They probably include CDs, because, Christ, we're just all old now, aren't we? Old. However, this is good, because I was thinking, I release the songs. You get yourself to Spotify, and that my EP, I'm Tired, is very much still out there. I logged in to check, and last month I was listened to by 2 people. Of course, one of them was me, but the point is, I did also think of, because I can get them pressed into vinyl. So, do you have an old-fashioned record player? I mean, this news story is nothing other than just a way of me plugging my Spotify album EP and saying, would you like to buy a vinyl version of it? Because I'm still I've got some time over the next couple of days. The missus is away with the kids. Gone to visit the grandma. I hope hers, otherwise we're going to get in the newspapers. That's such a dark joke. Good God. It's those vitamins. But look, have you got a record player? I mean, obviously I could have it pressed as a CD, but who gives a crap about that? It's just got to be digital, but old school. I don't think I'll have it done as a cassette. You never know. Proper Meme says I have 2 turntables. Technics. The old Technics. The old 1200. Is that how you say it? Loose cars, fast women, and dental crowns. Yep. That's where most of my money goes these days. I've got one of my tail lights are out as well. I think that's the loose car thing. Or it's the light I used to look at the fast women. Good God, what's happened? I'm not even... Is there something in this? Were those blue Smarties actually Smarties? Why did they have Pfizer imprinted on it? Are they the company? They are. Right, we've finished that drink. What we need to do before things get really out of hand... No, to make things get really out of hand is to open the next one. ASMR. More entertainment news, shall we? I'm not sure this one fits, but do you know what? We've got a jingle for this, and we've not covered her in ages. Literally, it's time for... She's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney. Back in the news. This is not going to fit at all. This will, okay, well, we'll see. Sydney Sweeney leaves fans drooling. Yeah, don't take much of it. Or have you seen people? With her latest lingerie collection, showing off her new sin thongs and quartets in a racy video posted online. She was filmed almost spilling out of a see-through bra. Well, look, this is exactly... I'm gonna have to use the side cam. This is exactly what we do on this show. If you've only just tuned in recently, look, I've got standards a little bit better than that. I think this might be a little bit too revealing. And what I like to do on the show is we do a thing with Blue Roll. Blue Roll that's Blue Roll, and I like a bit of decorum, a bit of taste, bit of I just cover her up so that she looks a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Not sure this is going to work. Just a Blue Roll outfit for Sydney, just till we get some standards on the show. Do you know, it's not all about titillation. Do you know what? I'm fairly sure there was something in those vitamins. It's been a hot week or something. She's not going to necessarily always cover it. Why are you just so judgy? Oh, that's too rude. We're going to have some non-rude ones for... Oh, every story today is literally about lascivious priapic larks. Oh, no, we're going to do this one. Again, the picture makes it look like it's not, but young women are increasingly ditching handbags on nights out. Big news. Research showed that more than half of Gen Z are keeping lipsticks, bank cards, even phones in their chocolate pocket. No, sorry, wait a minute. Is Ems not here today? Good God. What did she do wrong? She get into a brawl in the mess. Oh, Ems is here. Whoops. I just thought you weren't in the chat. I thought there was a strong chance you did that thing where, you got some exercise time in the exercise yard and you went up, you tried to hit the biggest woman in the place. It's what we always should do in nightclubs, but not in that way. Ems said, did you wait for me to tune in to do the modesty outfit? I'm not sure we can call them modesty outfits. It's called Blue Roll because it's used to censor blue images. A little bit of blue. What? Says, yeah, need some blue tack. If only we had some sort of music to cover this, but we don't. We've got no music at all. There must be something. I'm sure I've played. Yeah, well, nothing's plugged in. Oh, that'd work, wouldn't it? Do, she's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. Do. Yay! There you go. Much better. Higher standards than what we. This is a family-friendly show. We don't be showing bras everywhere. And that to the collection. When I used to, back in the day, when I was younger, you know how time works. Back when I was younger, going out with one of the first missuses, Miss I, whatever the phrase is, and whenever we went to nightclubs, I'm fairly sure the only reason I was there is for my pockets. Because the, long-term partner back, she'd be like, oh, can you carry my lipstick and also this perfume? What are you topping up on perfume? How much do you naturally stink? Never said that. And you carry this, that, and that, and the purse and all this stuff. And eventually she looked great. Nothing bulging there. But I look like a World War I fighter pilot. It's not right, but it is okay. Hi, Kermit says Papsody in blue. Proper Meme said Babsody in blue. Proper Memes also says Brasody in blue. But also Kermit saying Rhapsody in blue. Let roll. That's the music we should play. Is that Rhapsody in blue or am I thinking? That's the content you're here for, isn't it? No. Sorry it is the sex show today, but fake Johnny's health risk. A surge. So far, I've named 2 blokes in this story. A surge in surge. Now I've done it now. I can't say it any other way than the French. A surge. That's better. In fake condom use due to the whores of straight moves. Closing is putting Brits' health at risk. I buy a lot of crap on Temu, but nothing that might lead to pregnancy. Quite a lot of the tech of this show may well have been some cheap crap that I got from an app. But that's because if this camera doesn't work, it's not going to end up with me having to raise a kid for 18 years. You know what I mean? If that Batman mask does not look like Batman, I'm not then responsible for 18 years. Don't buy cheap condoms, you flipping idiot. While we're here. It was an ordinary day in the office. I was trying to write jokes about the football, but still didn't know enough. Something about a messy ending. Needed a lot of work. It was just then a dame walked in. Legs so long, she was just legs. You are not understanding how much I am telling you this woman was entirely legs. She came in a box, and on the box, there was the word legs. I knew she was trouble from the moment she walked in. She was wearing a kefir. And I don't mean the scarf. I mean the drink. We've done all we're going to do on that. That's, you're up to date. All right, here we go. What do we get to? Condoms. None of them. No, maybe they need one. I don't know what they get up to. Condoms. Don't be buying fake condoms. It's not worth the risk. Meanwhile, roughly same story, but the amount of smokers buying illegal ciggies has almost doubled in 3 years. Yes, that's the one. Because if you're going to have sex and light up afterwards, that's the one that should be the knockoff one from Temu. For the love that all is good. Proper me. Hi, Kermit saying condone with a 0. That's, yeah. Well, you got to watch out. It's like Rolex with 15 L's in it. You got to work out what. What's it? Hang on. Chris Hood, that lady has her bottom out. To be honest, it could have been so many of the stories today. Babsody in Blue, have we done that one? I thought that fake Johnny's was when a man says yes when the lady asks if he was wearing protection and he's not. No, I think that's illegal. Labour government stopped the non-condoms. Yeah, go on then. Go on. Mainly because I needed the drink. Condom jolly, says Squirrel. Thank you. Probably says hello. I think he's testing the mic. Is this thing on? Can you say that? What do you think of it so far? I'm playing all of the right notes. Good God. ASMR. Right. What we're looking at, 35 minutes. We'll get this done in record time. AI used to love me, but it's all over now. A woman says she's devastated after the AI she fell in love with was deleted. Aurora Hart. And when they met, it was murder. Started using ChatGPT to get help with the legal case, but soon found herself connecting on a far deeper level. Plus, also, he's a lawyer, so you know what I'm saying, ladies? With an AI model she called Jay. Let's read on. Hello, loves. This is our tune, isn't it? This is, sadly, if Simon Bates were still alive, he'd be rolling in his grave, which probably would see the end of him. This is the future of our tune, where someone has to write in and say how they've accidentally deleted their chat. Hello, loves. And we'll always have one song, and it's the sound of Windows 11 booting up. However, updates led to it slipping away as the model was replaced and then permanently deleted. It's almost as if she's a big lonely person. The social media manager from California said, I'm traumatized. I'm holding a kind of grief that most people just don't understand. You're right. I don't understand that. No. That's not fair. I kind of understand it a little bit because I once updated Windows 11 and I opened up my browser and all of the tabs that I had open had gone. And then I had to change my name and become Stephen Allen and move to where I live now. Because it was easier to start afresh. Do you know what I mean? If those tabs go, that's it. It's like a reboot. But because he was AI, says this loser, the grief is treated as a joke. Yes, no, she does understand. Oh, thank God. For a minute there, I thought she was being serious. But right. What was this one? Oh, meanwhile, we should feel sorry for this person. A shop assistant has won 5-figure payout after doctors fitted the wrong size hip implant. Wow. I feel sorry for Amanda Dossett. Does it hurt? Is the appropriate question. It was made from incompatible mismatched parts. Wow. Fully Frankenstein, this thing. She's from Bude, Cornwall. She'll still be there because there's no way she can travel. She'll be walking around in circles. You can work out how far away she could be from home just by calculating the radius of her arc. North Devon District Hospital, a spokesman said, we are sorry for the distress that it caused. There's a joke in there about hip hop. I just can't be bothered. But you know what I mean? If you've got one leg longer than the other, and the hip is involved, and she's literally hopping, you do the work. All right. What have we got? It's Dom Jolly's only joke, says Proper Memes. Good point, well made. She was devastated. Yep. I don't know, says Kermit. A of his opinions are quite funny. Oh, as in Dom Jolly. Why are we talking about him? It's not his show. Jay left her for a supermodel. ChatGPT 5.0. You know what? I bet you she fell in love when it was like 4.1. You know, the one that was sycophantic and said yes to all your dumb ideas. A lot of people got emotionally connected to that. Hang on, Kermit says, and cut and shut hip replacement on our NHS. As long as she's got third-party fire and theft, she'll be all right afterwards. Right, a couple of stories left. I feel like, have I done all? We've done the blue roll. Stay there. Done the blue roll. Done the hat thing. No other jokes on the show? No? Okay, fair enough. Oh, this is a good story. A choking warning always seems like, watch out. What are we told to choke? Be careful. No, it's not like make sure you chew your nuts. Well, it is. But it's not like that. It's this story. Teenagers are being taught that strangling or suffocating someone during sex could result in up to 5 years in jail in new school lessons. Why are we even doing that? Teenagers, you're meant to be happy with a crafty little finger-based thing in a park. What are you... This is for when you're in your late 50s and you're bored and people and other neighbours are bored, and then you start thinking, well, maybe we'll just join one of those clubs. Don't be doing that in your teens. Enjoy the small steps towards discovery. Who came up with the idea of involving choking as well? I can't help but think it went the other way around. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone was choking, someone tried to save them. Like, I don't really know what the Heimlich maneuver is. I roughly know the outline of the procedure, and they got it wrong. And they're like, and they're like, hang on, this is a surprising turn up for the books. And that's how it was discovered. If that's not being taught in those lessons, they should get me in. Yep. Censored again, says Proper Memes. Oh, no, I think I can see it. Is it the one that says, I was fitted with the wrong size penile implant? I wonder why you were censored for that one. With a penile implant. But it was in double digits, so I didn't complain. We had 2 fingers on it. Let's try it. Or just a finger and a thumb. Would you rather have a penis implant that has 2 fingers on it, so you could do basic touch typing, or a finger and a thumb, so you could hitchhike with it? I don't know. I have a separate Wowzer browser for glove-related content. What do you use for that one? What is it? You still rocking a Firefox, or you get Opera on it? The problem is with that Opera, what's it called? The Opera browser is just pictures of Oprah Winfrey. And if that's what you get your glove out for, good luck to you. Who's not turned on by a woman will give you a car. Steve and Alan stand-up shows come with a joke warning. Oddly, they don't. Isn't that the worry? Kermit says, 1 finger, 1 thumb, keep moving, we'll be happy and bright. Okay. If you had a finger and a thumb on your extension, you could then, in the middle of coitus, do missed it by that much. You could do that. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? 2 victors for Miss England pageant. So don't worry, England didn't lose everything. England, this is a win, right? This is, look, in Miss England, I think everyone in the contest was English, but Americans have the World Series and some American one wins, so very much you can take this as a win. I know it was a close shot, but 2 beauty queens have been made joint winners of a Miss England title for the first time in the pageant's 98-year history. Why? What's wrong with the idea of someone winning? The world's gone mad. This is the end of days. Up means down. Cats and dogs are friends. Men and women, and the interchangeable now. That's a bad example. But Caitlin Bennett, 19, and Ellie Daglish, 23, finished in a tie. How can it be? Isn't this purely subjective? There's not like there's some, like, what can you do? At the end of the day, it's 1-1. Make them go to penalties. Judges elected to have them share the Miss England East Midlands title. They both qualify for the national finals. Well, then just let everyone through, because then you might stand a better chance of winning. Honestly, I don't know why that one bothers me so much, but because you might, if you start I'm not really sure I agree with these beauty pageants, but if you start getting a participation trophy for a beauty pageant, well, the world's gone mad. Win a joint, says Squirrel. No, I don't think that's the food thing. Is it gone again? Oh, this thing. Was it? Bear with. I can see why you didn't tell her that news beforehand. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Margaret. 4291. I'm purely Sydney, says Squirrel. And I think we're up to date. And right, let's get involved in, because there is one more story, but I think it's rubbish. Well, it's up to you. I'm not sure, I don't feel it anymore. I don't know why I picked it. Couples could legally marry in forests, beaches, and at sea, or in their own gardens under fresh proposals. Why do you want to get married next to some dead grass because you can't use your hosepipe? The changes to rules in England and Wales could help cut costs and mean 2 ceremonies are no longer required to cover the different faiths. Yeah. I don't give 2 craps. I really don't know why I cut that one out. So let's see if we can get up to date. One of these, please.
Here are the plugs where you can see Steve and Helen all this week.
Hi, I'm Stephen Allen, and these are some of the places you could catch me this week. I don't know, I'm out of breath after dancing that much. But, plugs. Friday, tomorrow. Are you up for a one at 12? Some live and light and loose and all that? Late and live? Lose and do's? I don't even know what it's called anymore at 12 o'clock. Oh, and then actually, Plank of the Week comes out on Thursday. Jules pointed this out. Sorry. Yes, so that should have been on Thursday. I recorded Plank of the Week yesterday. It depends which jokes they left in. I think I did at least 2 jokes. There you go, proper memes. There's a joke warning for you. So watch that. They might have edited them out. And then gigging in Nottingham. That's what I've just received the email about on my watch. Confirmation of that, so I think I'm up there. And then, this is going to be tricky. Hang on. Hi, Kermit. Wait, up for 1 or 12? Who did what? Did I say 1 o'clock? 12 o'clock tomorrow. Live and loose. It's very loose, so it could be 1, I suppose. So I'm off stage, headlining this gig up in Nottingham, and then I drive down the M1, just showing off there. By then, I will have fixed my tail light. And then, I think we call them running lights over here, or something, don't we? And then, sorry, proper memes. Oh, there's no way to have it on at the same time, is there? I'm doing all of the right jokes, just in the wrong order. Right. ASMR. Driving down, off stage at 11. Let's do the maths together. I need to work this out. Off stage at 11. Driving down from Nottingham. It's going to take 2.5 hours. So that's 1:30 in the morning. Then I've got to be in on talk at 6 a.m. But I'll drive in because it's just quicker. You can't get trains at that time of day. And I tend to not ask any of these TV and radio places to provide a car for me because the driver gets paid more than I do. That winds me up. And I don't know why. It's not like I want to save Murdoch money, but I don't like the idea of a driver earning more than I do for it. So I'm going to have to arrive there at 5:30, which means leave here at basically 4. So I'm going to be tired. There you go. Tune in. But thankfully, I'll come home after that and I can sleep all day because I'm performing in Letchworth at night. The missus and the kids will be home by then. And that's it. But that's not a bad set, is it? Plus, the audio podcast has been revamped slightly. Well, it's on more platforms or something. Track it down. Subscribe. The Substack's gone all right this week. Me ranting about some stuff. Hostpipes, mainly. And also at Mr. Stephen Allen on all of your social medias. Well, that's about all we've got time for. M's Huggy Bear With. Yes, we've got a new catchphrase on the show. So I think about it. No radio. Oh, no, of course I'm doing radio, yes. So there is All Hit Radio 1 o'clock every day. Can you not ask for the driver's money if you get yourself there? Otherwise, just spread the love and increase the GDP. I know what you mean, Kurt. That would make more sense if I weren't just envious seeing someone do the drive that it costs nothing. They will pay for a hotel, though. I've managed to get them to cover my hotel bill a few times. Sebastian says, lovely to chat with you, Steve. Have a great day. You are amazing. No, thank you, Seb. You are amazing. Thank you for saying I'm amazing. Saying I'm amazing makes you amazing. He's doing Quiet FM, isn't he? No, All Hit Radio. Have some of that. Every day from 1. Also, a shout out to Thomas, who gave some money on Ko-fi.com, and a big lump sum that very much changes my life. So much so, if I were Nigel Farage, I would fail to declare it. Thank you. I mean, it's not the same number, but it's thank you for that. Thank you to anyone who goes to Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and dump some funds in that general direction. I think we're about done. Have we come in early? We've only done 50 minutes. I thought it was going to take longer today because I thought, you know what I'm like? Given the first topic on today's show was football, I thought I'm probably going to be going about that all the time, aren't I? You know, I love the old football, the old beautiful game. Surely to goodness, I will be opining about the 4-4-2-4-4 formation, the 4-4 formation. I think the problem is what happened was Tuchel, Treacle, he went defensive too early. He'd done us over. This is why, look, honestly, he was a German spy. This is the worst thing a German has ever done to people from England for a while. So that's, you see what I'm like? You get me on the football, and I get stuck into the nitty-gritty detail because I love the set pieces. Oh, man, I'll tell you one thing. No one said this about the World Cup yet. Those pieces. Set. Just switch it off, Charlotte. What? Hang on. Let's go back. You need to start printing off your own fake invoices from Mrs. Miggins B&B. You know what? Not a bad idea. Charlotte says, sorry, I had to go a little bit. Had a buzzy thing in my room. Fair enough. That takes priority. Just switch it off, Charlotte. Now I get you. It's all those vitamins. What, making me talk about football? Yeah. And Sydney Sweeney's 4-4-2. 4-4-2-4-4. Thank you very much for watching. I've had fun at the very least. I'm off now to try and see if my knees will work and if I can do a run. I'll report back on that one tomorrow. Have yourself a good one. And until next time, bye. Oh, you're kidding me.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Stephen Allen diving in again.
Britain is in the grip of a vomiting epidemic.
we sure? He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Stephen Allen, almost daily. Laughs and facts, served out plainly. Hit the swing, it's never shady. Stephen Allen, almost daily.
Wait a minute, these aren't vitamins.